Ito ang mainit na balita at trending ngayon sa mundo ng social media. Marcos, Duterte, gera to at Escudero na bisto matapos ang matinding palitan ng Marcos at Duterte. Sa pagdaan ng kampanya, abay malinaw na ang posisyon ni Pangulong Marcos sa impeachment ni Inday sa kabila ng delaying tactics di umano ni Escudero at mga alipores ni Duterte.
Malinaw na dun sa kanyang kampanya, halimbawa yung unang araw, at yung mga sumunod, nung sa Lawag, sa Iloilo, sa Davao mismo, malinaw na open warfare ito. Binanggit na niya yung mga matagal nang binabanggit. Yung usapin ng Tokhang, binanggit na niya yung West Philippine Sea, yung betrayal ng mga Duterte, binanggit na niya yung corruption. So, ngayon mo lang nakita yung presidente na nagsasalita ng ganito, no? Mismo doon sa Davao. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Mensahe ito sa kanyang mga kaalyado sa Senado na are you with me or are you against? May commandment yung konstitusyon, utos, na simulan na ang Senado as a trial court. Ngayon, naglabas na rin ang presidente. No? Ito ay guhitan na. Ito ay gera na. Kayo ay kakampi ko ba sa gera o hindi? Dapat majority ng Senado kakampi niya. Diba? Administrasyon yung karamihan doon . Ibig sabihin, para yan, clear signal sa kanila. Wala nang patumpik-tumpik, wala nang alinlangan. Yung sinasabi ni Senate President Chis Escudero na pwede lamang humingi ng special session yung presidente kung yun ay i-request ng Senado at kung yun ay in relation lamang sa legislation. Wala sa Constitution yun. Ang linaw-linaw, the President can call for a special session. Walang qualification. Ito ay para lamang sa legislation or ito ay para lamang or pag ito ay hilingi lamang ng Senate President. So, walang ganong klase. Hindi ko alam kung saan hinugot ni Senate President Chis Escudero. Dahil ang linaw-linaw sa ating konstitusyon, yung utos, shall forthwith proceed. Ibig sabihin, ngayon din, no? May mga iba dyan nagsasabi, iba-iba daw ang definition ng forthwith. Hindi ko naman alam kung saan diksyonaryo nila kinuha yun. Dahil lahat ng diksyonaryo, ang linaw-linaw ng definition ng forthwith. So, lahat yan is about political calculation. Kung ang tingin nila, yung kanilang political calculation na dati ay para i-delay ang impeachment, ang trial, kung may popular pressure, yung kanilang political calculation ay magbabago rin. No? Dahil survival nila ang nakasalang. Ang bubuksan yung bank account ni Vice President Sara dahil sa impeachment, bubuksan ng AMLA. Tapos mapapatunayan na may pumasok ng milyon-milyong pera galing sa mga drug lords, pogo lords, lahat ng klase ng lords. Anong itsura nila? Kung hindi nila itutuloy itong impeachment forthwith, ibig sabihin ba yan ay pinoprotektahan nila ang isang kriminal? So may ganun din pressure pag nabuksan yung bank accounts ni Sara at makita na meron ngang totoo na mga pinanggalingan ng pondo galing sa mga criminal elements.
Matapos aminin ni Duterte na mahina ang kanyang partido, abay grupo ni Digong nakipag-meeting agad sa China at to the rescue ang komunistang grupo. Kaya naman buwelta ng isang matapang na Marcos supporter.
Nakakatakot ito na kung saan si Digong at ang grupo niya ay nakipagbulong pala sa Communist Party, no, ng China. So ano nga ba ang kadahilanan kung bakit nakipagpulong sila? Actually, wala namang problema kung makipagkaibigan tayo sa ibang bansa. Sa bagay, hindi naman tayo magtaka dyan kasi si Digong, komunista talaga yan noon pa. Baka pag nanalo ang hilera ni Digong, magiging province of China na ang buong Pilipinas. Ito, nakakatakot at nakakabahala po ito mga kababayan. Bakit? Nakipag-alyansa or nakipagpulong sila sa mga komunista sa China. So ano po bang mangyari kung sakali manalo ang PDP laban, ang grupo ni Digong? Hindi po ba kayo nababahala kapag grupo ni Digong ang mananalo? Kapag grupo ni Digong ang mapasok na mga senador, lahat ng kasalanan na pinataw kay Sara mawawalang bisa. Bakit? Sila na ang powerful. Tandaan ninyo, hindi lang West Philippine Sea ang ibenta ni Digong. Buong Pilipinas ang ibibenta niya sa China. Tandaan nyo yan. Kung ang West Philippine Sea wala tayong magawa kasi dahil sa bunga at resulta ng gentleman's agreement ni Digong at ni Xi Jinping. Sabi nga ni Gadon, kapag hindi na presidente si Duterte, wala nang lakas si Sara. Malakas lang si Sara noong 2022 kasi kakababa lang ni Duterte. Mula 2022, nabulgar lahat ng baho ng mga Duterte. Kasama na dyan yung Pogo, Kasama na dyan yung mga Chinese spy, kasama na yung droga, lahat yun, baho nila nalabas isa-isa. Sa tingin nyo, yung bumoto kay Sara ng 32 million bilang Vice President, maniwala pa kayo na buo yun? Baka 2 million na nga lang natira eh. Ako nga mismo na vlogger supporter niya noon, nagsisi eh. Tao pa kaya?
Tanong ko lang din po sana yung reaksyon nyo dun sa mga naging matapang na pahayag ni Pangulong Marcos sa campaign rally ng Alyansa para sa Bagong Pilipinas sa Carmen. Tila tumutukay sa nakaraang administrasyon. Ayon mismo sa Pangulo ay pumayag na gawin umano nga probinsya ng China ang Pilipinas. Ibinugaw ang ating bayan bilang sugalan ng mga dayuhan. Ano pong masasabi nyo dun?
Ako po, I think we welcome those remarks. Personally, gaya ng sinabi po natin in the last press con, it's about time po naging issue-based po tayo, especially for elections. Hindi na po tayo personality politics. During the last time that we had this discussion, I believe yung pinag-usapan natin dito ay kung ano yung stance po ng senador tungkol sa impeachment complaint. And now we have brought to the fore other issues po. No? Anong stance ng ating mga senador sa EJK? Anong stance ng ating mga senador sa China, sa West Philippine Sea? And I think it's a good thing, it is well appreciated po siguro na na-highlight po ito ng ating presidente. I'm not saying po no that it should resort to, kasi yung iba po based on those statements may nagsasabi na smear campaign. I don't think it's smear campaign when we're just talking about issues po, no? We're talking about issues. How do these candidates feel about these issues? Where do they stand? So, I think it's very important now na sa taong bayan, dapat maalala po natin yung mga issue na ito kapag nagboboto na po tayo, bumuboto. We have to consider po where their stances. General statements naman po yun, but they are powerful statements. I think it really highlights po the need to really look into the credentials, not just yung achievements, but their stances po rin po talaga. So, personally, unfortunately, nagiging malaking headliner po yan. Team Pilipinas versus Team China. And syempre, doon tayo sa Team Pilipino, di ba? Team Pilipinas tayo. So, suriin po talaga natin kung ano po talaga yung stance natin. There will be a lot of campaign promises. There will be a lot of statements na he said, she said. But at the end of the day, saan po talaga sila talagang nakatayo? Yun po, I guess, yung issue doon.
But in addition to that, I think the president is coming from a position where the effects of these bad policies, the effects of this are we still continue to feel it. No? Being the president, meron naman siyang access doon sa nangyari na mga policy na hindi talaga epektibo. So I think that's where the president wants to be very clear about it, na there are certain issues and policies before that we've, up to now, nakikita natin yung effects, yung effect ng West Philippine Sea, the aggression of China against our fishermen, at sa Coast Guard, the effect of the POGO, in the previous administration, ngayon, hanggang ngayon, niraramdaman natin yon, at marami pang iba, no? So I think the president wants to track a direction where these possible senators, no, and mga candidates, would have to really draw the line whether they want to pursue his administration's policies of, number one, we can curb illegal drugs and illegal syndicate without even making so many bodies lifeless in the streets. There are certain policies that we can implement without necessarily resorting to violence. That's number one. Where do you stand on this ground? Number two, when it comes to the incursion of China, where do you stand on this ground? Would you be for the Philippines and protecting the integrity of the country? Or where do you be koto to the Chinese incursions? So I think this is a very clear position where the president wants to educate the public that, the effects of the past policies of the past administration hanggang ngayon nararamdaman natin, and we're doing so much to addressing those questions. So ako naniniwala ko dun sa stand ngayon ng presidente na sa panahon ngayon ang politika hindi dapat, tama nga yung sinabi ni Kong Rog, hindi dapat siya personality based. The people should be given information, the accurate information, so that they can decide on their own, not based on which person they would prefer to see there in the Senate, but based on the candidates stand on certain important national issues.
Opo, and sorry, last na po, Kong Sia. Just a quick follow-up. You have a statement din po kahapon about, just to have it on record, can you just please elaborate your statement na NBI should look into former President Duterte's kill threat against senators?
Well, it's so disheartening, no, for public officials, especially those who have served as our president, to say these things, no, to threaten. Say na mas madali lang sabihin na patayin na lang natin yung mga senators. In the past, we've heard him threatening illegal pushers, drug syndicates, etc. Napatahin itong mga illegal drug lords, tsaka mga illegal pushers. But he mentioned that he made those threats in the context of the war against drugs, to curb, to free our streets from the illegal drugs syndicate. But this time it was said in a context where he has candidates, and there are also candidates on the other side running for the same position. So medyo hindi siya, para sa akin, it's really it should concern all of us Because hindi dapat man normalize yung salita na patayin. But it's the issue really, my point that I'm trying to drive at is if you're an individual who enjoys or wills a certain influence, you have to be more circumspect about what you say because people, your followers, may think it na seryoso ka. That's why pag sinasabi na joke, when will it end? We don't know which one is joke and which one is not. So I think we have to be more more circumspect about how we say things out in the public, especially if the occasion calls for a choosing of new leaders in the country. So yun yung aking position doon at pananaw na hindi dapat agad-agad natin ma-normalize at ma-trivialize yung mga threat na dali-dalian mo lang sabihin.
Action lang po, according to the latest results of the Tangere survey, 73% of Filipinos daw would prefer na humarap si Vice President Duterte sa impeachment trial. So that's like 3 out of 4 Pinoys. Your thoughts?
Po, I think it's a true reflection na lang po, no, siguro. Nandiyan na, may survey na po na that doesn't speak po siguro on the support or not of the impeachment. It just really speaks about the trial itself. At kung gusto ng taong bayan ay magkaroon na tayo ng trial. The issues are very clear, the questions are clear, and I think all we need now are the answers and the proper venue that they have always sought. As mentioned before, these issues, hindi po yan bago sa atin. We've had our hearings in the budget. Hindi naman po na we were not afforded the opportunity with the appearance and the answer. We had our good government committee. Didn't afford us also yung appearance and answer. Not the proper venue daw po. When it came to the Quad Committee and questions on certain aspects of the EJK, did not appear, or when she appeared, hindi po the proper venue. Chose not to take the oath. All of these roundabout ways only to say po na parang hindi po yung proper venue. Ngayon po, we have the opportunity. An impeachment court is the proper venue. 73% of the Filipinos agree that this is the venue. Dapat na po siyang tumayo dito and to answer these allegations and to finally put to rest all of these allegations. Whether ako, personally, of course, as part of the prosecution, I believe in this case. I believe na that we can establish guilt. But for most of the Filipino people, whether we succeed in establishing guilt or not, at least to clear the air already po, stand and be answerable for this. And I don't know if that survey would have any effect kasi as it stands, nakalimbo pa po tayo, hindi po nako-convene yung impeachment court. But I think that's just to be expected po yung survey results. Wala namang may gusto na may tanong na hindi na isasagot po, no? I think it's very clear to the Filipino people and we want answers. Yun lang po.